Sand, everywhere sand. And then a wall of it stands up and turns out to be a city. They taught you Africa had no libraries. I'm standing in one that ran out of shelf space. It's the year 1500. This is Timbuktu at the edge of the Sahara. The empire that holds it, Songhai, is the largest state West Africa has ever built. Its capital sits downriver at Gao. But this city is where the empire keeps its mind. I'm Amara, and I walk through time. Welcome to Timbuktu. Look at what it's made of. Not stone, earth. Sun-dried mud brick, plastered smooth, flat roofs, walls leaning gently inward. Those wooden spikes in rows are palm timber, part of the building and the ladder. Every year after the rains, the city climbs up and replasters itself by hand. And it's no city of mansions. Courtyard houses of merchants and scholars stand right up against huts of woven branches and thatch. The man who noticed those huts walks here 10 years from now. Al-Hasan al-Wazzan. Europe will rename him Leo Africanus. I'll tell you each time a line is his. 3 mosques rise over all of it. Sidi Yahya, finished 60 years ago. Sankore, older still. And that one, Jingwereba. If you were here with me in 1324, you watched Mansa Musa come home from Mecca. That is the mosque he ordered built. And now it's full. This is the book market. Thousands of books. And not one of them looks like the books you know. No covers, no spines. Loose sheets of paper carried in leather satchels, kept in wooden chests. The paper came across the desert on a camel. Those men sitting cross-legged are copyists, working to order. There is a waiting list. Here is what al-Wazzan wrote about this market. His words, not mine. Many handwritten books imported from Barbary are also sold. There is more profit made from this commerce than from all other merchandise. More profit than anything else sold here, in a city that trades gold. So where's the university? There isn't one. No campus, no enrollment, no register, no degree. You don't come to Timbuktu to join an institution. You come to study with a man in his house. Step inside. This room is his library. The room beside it is where he teaches. Students sit on mats, and one book is read aloud, line by line, and copied by hand. When he's satisfied you understand it, he writes you a certificate saying you may now teach that book to someone else. That is the qualification. A chain of names running back centuries. Do that in a few hundred houses at once, and you don't have a university. You have something rarer. A city of teachers. They came from across the continent to sit in these rooms, and the king brought in more from Egypt and Morocco to teach. Askia Muhammad took this throne in 1493, and the chronicles record that he came home from Mecca carrying something more useful than gold: scholars. So who pays for a desert full of books? Follow the salt. Those slabs coming off the camels were cut out of the ground 500 miles north, across open desert. Al-Wazzan stood right here when one camel load sold for 80 gold pieces. Sold down from the north, gold up from the southern forests. Both stop here and both pay. That is what buys the paper. And when the sun goes down, the city doesn't. Al-Wazzan watched people walking the streets between 10 at night and 1 in the morning, playing instruments and dancing. A city that reads all day and dances all night. It doesn't last. In 1591, an army crosses the desert from Morocco carrying guns, and Songhai ends. The scholars are arrested and marched away. The libraries scatter. Then the story gets rewritten. In 1963, the man holding the top history chair at Oxford stands up in a lecture hall and says that African history does not exist. His words, "There is only the history of the Europeans in Africa." The rest is largely darkness. He said that about this, about the book market, about the chain of names. Here's what he didn't know. The books were never destroyed. Families carried them home and hid them in chests, in walls, under floors, and kept them for 400 years. Hundreds of thousands of handwritten manuscripts, African law, astronomy, medicine, mathematics, poetry, history. And in 2012, when this city came under threat again, librarians and families did it one more time. Around 300,000 manuscripts carried out of Timbuktu in secret to safety. The men who said this place had no history are gone. The books are still here. I'm Amara. And yes, before the comments, I'm an AI, a keeper of memory, built with real historians to bring real history to life. Everything I showed you is real, and my sources are below. Next time, centuries before Songhai, an empire out here was already so rich, the world beyond the desert simply called it the land of gold. And its capital has a name almost nobody remembers. If you want to walk into Ghana, subscribe, and I'll see you in the past.